Today, you are going to discover why so many people are choosing Shaklee. Now, those who have joined have found something that is peaceful and stable and a place where they can find success, clean and clinically proven products that they and their families can use every day, and a modern earnings opportunity that is designed to reward both sellers and builders and backed by real partnership and proven systems. My name is Adriana Riga. I am the Vice President of Field Marketing, and I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. Now, Shaklee is a company that is growing within double digits, and we continue to innovate in the health and wellness space. And our owner is so committed to this model that he's even here on tonight's call. He is deeply committed to Shaklee's business model and is helping to redefine the future of direct sales. So tonight, you're going to hear why so many people are choosing to partner with Shaklee. And with that, it is my honor to introduce a very, very special guest, our CEO and the chairman of the World Federation of Direct Selling Associations, Roger Barnett. Roger, thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you, Adriana, and hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. You know, so many people have been asking me, they've said, Roger, how is it possible that a 68-year-old company is growing in double digits in the United States and Canada at this moment in time? And why are there so many amazing leaders joining Shaklee right now? And the answer seems like it's an overnight success, but it's actually very simple. We are a heritage brand that has modernized every aspect of our business to become relevant to exactly what people are looking for in today's market. Over the last decade, we've modernized our brand, we've modernized our digital infrastructure to get the most state-of-the-art ability for people to manage, run their business on their phone. We have modernized our operational infrastructure. We continue to invest in modernizing our product portfolio. And perhaps most significantly, we've modernized the way that we reward people. It is so critical in today's world to design a plan to reward people for how they want to build in today's market. And our plan is so unique that we actually have a patent on it. And it rewards people for whether or not you want to just share, whether you want to build a team, whether you want to do both. And it's seamlessly integrated. And that is what is driving so much of our success besides our product portfolio. And when people say, well, how, again, is it that this heritage brand is growing at this rate? And we're probably the fastest growing company of our size, scale, and history in the market. And the reason I say is, let me share an analogy with you from the global luxury fashion industry. You might say, well, what does global luxury fashion have to do with wellness? And the answer is, in the global luxury fashion business, this is a business where every day you have to make yourself relevant. It is the most changing industry, fashion. There's a fall season, there's a spring season, and you have to continuously make yourself relevant to the consumer. And yet, virtually every major global luxury fashion brand is more than 100 years old. Think about it. You have Chanel, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Burberry. These companies are all more than 100 years old. So why is it in the most changing, fickle, ever reinventing itself industry in the world are there only really legacy heritage brands? And the answer is that the consumer is looking for quality. And this is something that's happening in that sector, and it's happening in almost every sector. People are getting more and more sophisticated, and they want something that stood the test of time. And in the fashion, companies come and companies go. There's always a fad. But again, the dominant companies of the world are the ones that have lasted over a long period of time. And I know this from personal experience because our family bought Burberry, the clothing company, in the 1940s. And we owned it for a long period of time. And then my dad took over as the chairman. And he said, look, we can turn Burberry from a raincoat company into a leading global luxury fashion brand. And the reason why he said that is because there is a history of heritage and quality. And so it took him a decade, and he modernized everything about that and turned Burberry into the leading global luxury fashion brand that used digital experiences of its day. It created billions of dollars of incremental sales, billions of dollars of incremental value. And that's an example of success. And we talked a lot about the similarities between Burberry and Shaklee. Thomas Burberry invented the raincoat. Dr. Shaklee invented the multivitamin in the United States. Burberry was founded exactly 100 years to the day before Shaklee. Burberry was founded in 1856, Shaklee in 1956. And we are now in our 10th year of modernizing every aspect of Shaklee. And that is why we are growing in double digits, not only today, but why we're going to be growing in double digits for the next decade. And I'm really excited about that. And I want to share with you a little bit about how I got here today as a leader of Shaklee. And the reason is because I think all of you that are joining on this call are looking for something. You're looking for a business. And I was just sort of defining for somebody, what does it mean to be an entrepreneur? And an entrepreneur is when you own your own business. It's a very different mental concept. And 60% of people around the world are looking to own their own business, but almost half of them don't have the capital in order to create their own business. And what we're trying to do is democratize the opportunity to own your own business so that everybody can, because there's no upfront capital investment in our business, and you can be successful in it. And so I looked for a business where I could be successful, but I didn't want to be successful by myself. I wanted to include other people. So I went on this journey, and what I decided to do is to take the time. I had a team of people, and that is the privilege, is to design, to optimize your chances of success. In business, it's really hard. There's a lot of competition. And if you take your time to design so that you can stack the odds in your favor, again, there's no guarantee, but you can be smart about your choices. So the first thing we did is to say, what industry could we be in that would be guaranteed to grow for the next 50 years? And it's a very simple question. And I wanted to sort of share with you why I thought that's important. If your industry that you're going to be in is going to grow for the next 50 years, you're just naturally going to grow with it. You can be average and still grow. And if you outperform other people because you have a great group of people, you're smart, you're strategic, you have great partners, and you attract high ethics, high integrity, authentic individuals, then you should outpace that growth. And the reason why I said for 50 years is because this is the most important lesson I learned from my father about business. He said, real impact, real value, both for yourself and in the world, is created over the long term. And businesses come and go. When I was younger, I used to say, Dad, it's very old school thinking. Like, you can just do it quickly. And he says, you can have some success quickly, but the real question is, can you have that success over time? And the analogy that's quite commonly used today is to say, this is the power of compounding. Which would you prefer? To have $1 million today or a penny that doubles every day for the next year? And the answer is you want a penny that doubles every day. That is the power of compounding. If you can grow, not just this month or this year or next year, but you can grow for 50 years in a business, you get the benefit of compounding over time. That is truly powerful. So the first thing is, how can you find a growing industry? And my team and I, we searched through about 100 different industries. And I'm embarrassed to say it took us 3.5 years to center into health and wellness. And in the health and wellness category, you have two sides. You have the wait till you get sick and fix you, which is the pharmaceutical model. Actually, it's the foundation of virtually every Western healthcare system. Or there's the keep you healthy so you don't get sick. That's the prevention model. And I believe that our current model of healthcare, which is really about sick care, doesn't work. It is broken. We spend more money as a country than any other country in the world, both in terms of absolute dollars and a percentage of our economy. And yet we rank 26th in health outcomes. We have terrible health outcomes. That doesn't have to be the case. I felt there's going to be hundreds of billions of dollars shifted to the prevention side. And then people will start to live healthier and they will live better. And that's what people want, to live, feel, and live younger, longer. So I said to our team, okay, here's our sector, here's our industry. We want to be in the health side of the equation. And then it was very simple. I said to my team, go find me the leading company in the prevention side. And they searched around for a couple months and they came up and they said, we discovered this company called Shaklee. And at the time, I had not heard of Shaklee. And I said, tell me about Shaklee. And they said, well, Dr. Shaklee invented the multivitamin in the United States in 1915. He pioneered the whole nutritional supplement category. Shaklee created the very first plant-based protein supplement in the world. They did the research that said that after you work out, you need protein. We'll talk more about protein because people are not getting enough in their diet. And there's novel, interesting, patented ways that we have pioneered in order to deliver maximum amounts of protein to people. And then there's statistics about this company that are almost mind-boggling from a number standpoint. We've powered Olympic athletes to win 152 Olympic gold, silver, and bronze medals. And if you take a moment, you say, well, what is an Olympic athlete? They are the most elite athletes in the world, competing at the highest level of arena. And 152 Olympic gold, silver, and bronze medals. The entire country of India, it has 1.2 billion people. In its entire history, we have done almost twice as many Olympic athletes win gold medals and silver medals and bronze medals than they have. That's the power. The NASA space program, when people go into space, they look, and so much of technology, cell phones, microwaves, have been pioneered by NASA. And they came to us to create a rehydration drink. These are all these parties that have delivered on extraordinary things using Shaklee products. And this body of clinical proof. Shaklee is the most clinically proven wellness company in the world. And I'll come back to why that's really important to you if you're looking for a business opportunity. So this is incredible. I'd like to buy Shaklee. At the time, it was owned by a Japanese pharmaceutical company. I called them up and I said, look, I've been searching, find a business that you can compound the growth for 50 years, pioneering, leadership, foundational, and I'd like to buy it. How much? And the company said, well, thank you for your interest, but Shaklee is not for sale. But I discovered at the time this direct selling industry, and I fell in love with the business model, and I'll share with you why. I was raised to create impact. I watched my great uncle give away more than $1 billion, helping build schools and hospitals and helping people start their business. And I watched my mother go every day to help the poorest families in the United States get access to a better life. And when she was appointed by the President of the United States to oversee all the public interest law, and in my DNA is to give back. What I loved about the direct selling industry is that when done right, that's a critical component to it, that what you can do is you share in the success. And I say you fairly share in the value that's created with the people who create the value. And so instead of just owning a company and being the shareholder and getting all the benefits, we share the economic value with you, the people that create it. And I'm really excited about that. So I said, look, I want to be in this sector in wellness. And if I can't buy Shaklee, I'm going to go look at other companies. So we looked at about 75 different companies in the direct selling in that wellness space, beauty and health. And what I found is that there were companies that were really good at marketing. There's so much hype and storytelling, but we had a team of clinical scientists that were doing due diligence with us. And they kept saying, Roger, there's no proof that this product will do anything. And the problem is that if you're just marketing hype, you can get a sale, but you don't make real value. You don't create a business from a one-time sale. You create a business from a lifetime value of customer purchases. And so these companies were very successful at creating this marketing and this hype, but then they would pop and drop. And at the end of the day, the statistic that really sealed it for me about Shaklee is that even today, 25% of our sales in the United States come from people who've been customers for 30 years or more. Let me just translate that. What does that mean for you? So you start a business, you share Shaklee products with somebody, you get a percentage of that sale. But imagine if in your business, you could get not just a customer ordering this month or next month or this year or next year or this decade or next decade, but for 30 years or more, every single month when they order, it benefits your business. That's how you create real value, real impact, and sustainability. And that's how you get the benefit of compounding over time.